This is a short bite episode of Homeschool Together. Hello and welcome to Homeschool Together Short Bite Edition. 2 minus 4 is negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. Divided by 5 is negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Scrabble! If you ever wanted to play math Scrabble,
Today we're talking about Mobi. It is a great game. This is one that ended up in your stocking from Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yes. So this is, so if any of you have bananagrams and love bananagrams, if you don't have bananagrams, we will link it in the show notes. It is a fabulous word tile-based game that you need to own. So go buy that because it's fantastic.
Yep.
You won't play it with me because I always win.
Nope.
And then we saw this one and it's like bananagrams for math. And you were like, I want this one because then you think you're always going to win. Spoiler alert, I have won all the games so far. Yeah. So, but anyways, this is
You're catching me after a writing sprint, a long day with the kids, homeschooling.
I had a
Uber
whole
driving.
day of work. I still beat you. So this is really fun. Okay, so this is a tile-based math game, and you've got tiles in there 1 through 12. Plus, you have tiles that have a plus on one side, minus on the other, and then other ones that have a multiply on one side, divide on the other, and then a bunch of tiles that are just equals. Mm-hmm. And your goal is to take, I don't know how many you start with, like 12 or something, and you're making equations. So you have to use all you get like 12 number tiles, and then the pool of operator and
there was like
equals
20
tiles
or 30
are in the
or
middle.
40 additional tiles that were flipped down, face down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you basically make a crossword puzzle sort of thing with equations that go horizontally and vertically that all intersect, and use all of your number tiles. And when you do, then you take like 3 more and your opponents take the same. So the reason that this is advantageous for you is because you've already made your equations and they're not done yet. And now they had to take 3 extra tiles. Mm-hmm. And so it starts to compound as people who are falling behind have to take more tiles. But it's super fun. I love these kind of games because it's really great for quick math practice. Yep. And what's interesting about this one too is there's only enough operator tiles for you to use them evenly.
Yeah, we got crushed at the end. We were all fighting for.
I was all doing plus and minuses everywhere, and realized I was like, oh, you have to use
all of them.
You have to use all of them, or else there won't be enough operators.
You don't have to use all of them, but if you overuse, you can burn out one of them.
Right, they're not exactly equal. You're right,
yeah.
but they're pretty darn close.
Yeah.
And I realized I had used too many plus minus combos.
Yep.
And I needed to use more multiply divide.
Yeah, just as like a simple analog of Scrabble, I think is really fun. We're always looking for those kind of multiplication and division games, and having them be fun and entertaining is tough, right? That can be very difficult to make those things enjoyable. I mean, I think something like Lost Cities and things like that makes multiplication kind of fun with you have these like kind of scalars that add to your total, but having a quick base game very similar to Bananagrams, I think. We reviewed the earlier game was a Multiply.
Math Remultiply, which was also really good.
And that was really cool. And that was very much like kind of like it's much like Sequence. And, having that kind of dynamic there built into the game is really fun. I think this is probably just up there with like really fast, very rapid. It kind of has that tension, but also you can kind of scale and modify the game to like take away that tension if your learner is just getting into multiplication division.
Yeah.
Or you can remove multiplication and division altogether out of the game, prune down some of the tiles, and just do addition and subtraction.
Right.
So like it can scale with your learner.
Exactly. There is a junior version of this. There's a Mobi Junior. I don't know that I would buy the junior. I think I'd just probably buy the regular and, like you're saying, take out some of the tiles that you don't want to use, because these tiles are 1 through 12. So yeah, you could definitely scale it down. What I also like is it's never a bad thing to have number tiles laying around, right? And with operators and equal signs, there's plenty of teaching that you can do with these. You can set up a whole row of equations. Today our daughter was doing some work in Math Mammoth where it was like 2 plus blank equals 5, and she she has to fill in the missing numbers things. So you could even set those up with these tiles.
Well, and they also have in the Math Mammoth, they have these really cool kind of square-like puzzles where the horizontal, the vertical, the horizontal, and the vertical all have to
they're all
add up.
addition tables,
Yeah,
almost like a multiplication tables, but with addition. It was interesting. I saw them today.
Yeah, and she had to go across, and she really likes those. And that's very similar to building like horizontal and vertical math equations, which you can do here with the Mobi game.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. It could be a really fun challenge even to put it out for your learner. And even if they don't do intersecting ones, have them just try to use all the tiles.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean,
you don't even have to go to that level.
Right. You don't necessarily have to play the game to get a lot out of this.
And this game is really cheap. I
think it was maybe $20. Yeah. But the
game comes
in
a really cool whale.
It comes in a little fabric whale pouch with the cute smile.
Arrow, do you speak whale?
I do not.
No, you do not speak whale.
But this is a really great game. I think it was really fun. I love the quick nature of it. I love too with this game and Bananagrams both how you totally get something to work and you're like, yeah, I was the first one to get it all to work.
You have to tear it apart at the end.
Yeah, you draw new tiles and you're like, it's not going to work. So not only do you have to make equations, you have to remake equations. So there's so much practical math practice here. If you're looking for something to just help your learners continue to practice and you don't want to just do more equations on paper, this is a fabulous way to do it. It's fun and competitive, and it does get a little frantic, at some point when you're trying to beat the other person. But we have had a really good time with this game, and just think it's such a good one for math. We wanted to share it with everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time,
happy homeschooling!